So what is influenza? Influenza is a highly contagious acute respiratory illness caused by influenza virus. Occurs in two different patterns, and one is annual seasonal epidemics occurs during winter months in the temperate countries and year round in the tropics. And second is global pandemics may occur during any season and may include multiple waves lasting more than a year in total. Approximately 5 to 20% of the population is infected with influenza viruses every year. What are the symptoms with which most of our patients present? It is fever, headache, dry cough, cold, sore throat, muscle ache, any other you are seeing. They present like this. But there are certain complications which are very important, and they are the causes of mortality in most of these patients. Some of them are bacterial pneumonias occurring in them as a complication of virus pathology, otitis media, sinusitis, dehydration, worsening of chronic medical conditions like asthma, COPD, congestive heart failure, diabetes, etc. So, influenza is also a very serious illness. A few pandemics which have occurred and taken a lot of persons. The first was Asiatic or Russian flu, which was in 1889 to 1890, and there were around 1 million deaths. Then various other pandemics were there. Spanish flu in 1918 to 1920. Again, 20 to 100 million deaths were occurred. Asian flu, Hong Kong flu, Russian flu, and lastly we have seen many other swine flu and avian flu, etc. So, how influenza is caused? Basically, influenza is a viral disease. It is caused by three types of viruses: virus A, B, and C. Influenza A and B viruses, they are responsible for regional epidemics. Influenza A virus can infect humans, animals, and birds. It is responsible for annual epidemics and pandemics, classified into different subtypes and strains based in two glycoproteins present on its surface. That is hemagglutinin, and variations are H1 to H17. And second is neuraminidase, which is N1 and N2. Infection in humans is typically caused by viruses displaying H1, H2, H3, and N1 or N2. This is the main virus, that is influenza A virus, which is responsible for mortality in most of the cases because it changes its geneticity. Second is influenza B virus. It infects humans only, responsible for annual epidemics but not pandemics. Classified into two distinct lineages, Yamagata and Victoria. Both lineages often circulate together. Influenza C virus, that produces just mild respiratory illness, and current vaccines do not protect against this C type of virus, and it is not required. Then regarding the influenza vaccine, who should receive influenza vaccine? So various guidelines are there. CDS guidelines are routine annual influenza vaccine is recommended for all healthy persons aged more than 6 months. Then WHO, again, the indications are people at high risk of influenza related complications. These are adults, including pregnant women, and children with chronic conditions such as respiratory diseases like asthma, COPD, cardiovascular diseases like CAD, heart failure, diabetes or other metabolic diseases, cancer, chronic renal diseases, chronic liver diseases, immunocompromised patients, senior patients aged 65 years or later, then pregnant women and children from 6 months to 59 months. Then it is also recommended in people capable of transmitting influenza to those at high risk of complication, for example healthcare workers, then women or breastfeeding mothers, they are the source of infection, or household contacts of a person in high risk group. Then these are CDC and WHO guidelines. What are the Indian recommendations for seasonal influenza vaccine? Currently, it is not included in Universal Immunization Program. Recommendation of Geriatric Society of India, it should be given in all elderly persons. Again, Federation of Obstetrics and Gynecological Society of India recommends this vaccine in pregnant females beyond 26 weeks. Then Ministry of Health and Family Welfare recommends this vaccine for all healthcare workers. Indian Academy of Pediatrics, all children with risk factors, and wherever it is desired or requested by the parents, it should be given. What are the benefits of influenza vaccine? A seasonal influenza vaccine can reduce the likelihood of developing influenza illness requiring a medical visit by about 60%. Reduces the severity of the disease in those who do develop influenza. Reduces the likelihood of transmitting the infection to others. Influenza vaccine also reduces the risk of influenza-related pneumonia by about 60%, influenza-related hospitalization by 50 to 77%, and influenza-related deaths are prevented by 75 to 80%. So how this vaccine has been, this was my topic, the evolution and revolution of influenza vaccine. First we discussed the evolution, how it has been evolved. In 1933, influenza type A virus was isolated, and in 1938, first inactivated monovalent influenza A vaccine introduced. In 1940, influenza type B virus isolated. In 42, first bivalent vaccine developed, and in 78, first trivalent vaccine with 2 influenza A and 1 influenza B strains were introduced, because it is a influenza A which changes its antigenicity. Again in 1938, first egg-based influenza vaccine was introduced. In 2007, first cell culture-based influenza vaccine launched in Europe. And 2013, first insect cell culture vaccine approved by US FDA. This was regarding the evolution. Now the revolution which has occurred in this influenza vaccine. A virus-like particle technology has been approved and is recommended. It is recombinant cell culture technology, not vulnerable to variation in egg supply, because other vaccines were based on egg. Those persons who were hypersensitive to eggs, it was not possible to give vaccine in those persons, or they should be desensitized before giving the vaccine. It involves construction of virus-like particles, and virus-like particles are nano-sized particles which mimics external surface of the virus but lacks genetic material. Because of this lacking of genetic material, it is harmless. More rapid adaptability to producing new strains than egg-based vaccine. Proven technology, virus-like particles based have been used in hepatitis B and HPV vaccine commercially. How are virus-like particles constructed? First we do is genetic sequence encoding vaccine antigen selected and synthesized. We select these and synthesize these. Then these genes are cloned on the baculovirus. Then baculovirus infects insect cells. And from these insect cells, virus-like particle parts from the cell membrane are produced and are concentrated and purified. This is how it is produced. Structurally, it mimics the influenza virus, but it lacks the genetic code. That is, both H and M spokes are there. M1 we will be discussing will be there. RNA genome, which was there in influenza vaccine, but it is not there in this DLP. So there are no genetic materials. though it contains all three proteins and is non-infectious. What are the production advantages of this technology? VLPs can be designed to match individual viral strains, easy scale up, more rapid production than egg-based vaccines. Time from strain selection to product release is 10 to 12 weeks, while with egg-based vaccine it was 6 to 8 months. Ensures reliable vaccine availability, less labor intensive. It is produced by being worked. It is still not commercially available. Cadila Pharmaceutical along with Novavax US has developed following two VLP based influenza vaccines. First was H1N1 vaccine. This has already been approved by DCGI. And second is trivalent seasonal influenza vaccine is under process of approval by DCGI. The details of trivalent seasonal influenza virus are being shared with you for your kind information. This is yet commercially not available. So, it was world's first VLP based seasonal influenza vaccine, and it is Gadiflu S. It was the outcome of collaborative development between Novavax USA and Cadila Pharmaceutical. Novavax is awarded the title of Life Science Firm of the Year 2015 by Technical Council of Maryland, USA. Then, what are the presentation of this Gadiflu S seasonal influenza vaccine? It is present in 0.5 ml single dose vials, 15 microgram each of hemoglobin antigen of two types of influenza A and one influenza type B are present in this. It consists of three strains, H1N1, H3N2 and type B strains. So it is a recombinant trivalent seasonal influenza vaccine. Mechanism of action. It contains three immunologically important proteins. One is hemoglobin, we have already described, that is H. This induces neutralizing antibodies prevents infection. Then neuraminidase, that is N, induces neutralizing antibodies, reduces disease severity. And third is matrix protein M1, potentially to stimulate the cell-mediated immunity. Then immunogenicity of this vaccine was evaluated in 450 healthy Indian adults. 0.5 ml was administered intramuscularly, and various antibody titers were measured day 0 and day 20. So this is all randomized. 450 patients were given vaccine, 300 were given Gadiflu S and 150 placebo. Out of this, 298 completed this trial, while 2 were discontinued. One person did not give the consent and one was lost with the follow-up. While placebo, it was completed in all 150 patients. This is regarding the seroprotection rates on day 21. With the placebo, the first chart is placebo. The levels are same between day 0 and day 21. While with the lower one, which is Gadiflu, the seroprotection by the day 21 is much more, as you see in all the three strains, H1N1, H3N2 and type B, in all these three strains. This is regarding the seroconversion rates on day 21, and you will see against all three strains, H1N1, H3N2 and type B, the seroconversion is much more. That is seroconversion 4-fold rise in more than 40% of the vaccines for all these strains were there. So what are the advantages over egg-based vaccine? Unlike egg-based vaccine can be safely given in those patients who have got egg allergy. Ensures exact genetic match to circulating strains because it can be manufactured very quickly and can be administered within few weeks. Rapid production from strain selection to product release is 10 to 12 weeks, while it was 7 to 8 months in egg-based vaccines. Then advantages over live attenuated viruses, influenza vaccines. It does not contain any viral genetic material, so it is non-infectious, because many persons, they were having the doubt that if you give vaccine, we may not well this vaccine. That at least thing is not there with this vaccine. Can be safely used in patients with compromised immunity, respiratory diseases like asthma, COPD, cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, etc. For active immunization of the adults against diseases caused by seasonal influenza virus type A and type B, they are contained in this vaccine. So it is recommended trivalent seasonal influenza vaccine. Dosage and administration: dose is single dose 0.5 ml intramuscular injection in the region of the deltoid muscle once a year is the recommendation. Regarding the safety and tolerability, it is safe and well tolerated by majority of the individuals. Occasional patients may develop mild side effects for about a day after vaccination. These are headache, nasal congestion, low-grade fever, sore throat or muscle cramps. Efficacy and safety in children and pregnant women, it is still not established. Like other seasonal influenza vaccines, should be used with caution in individuals with moderate to severe illness with or without fever, history of Guillain-Barré syndrome within 6 weeks of receipt of this influenza vaccine. Again, contraindications are severe allergic reactions to any components of the vaccine. So, what are the salient features of this? It is the first recombinant trivalent seasonal influenza vaccine with virus-like particle cell culture technology. Induces robust humoral response to include all strains. Antibody response achieved are believed to be associated with reduced risk of influenza and its complications. Provides seroprotection rates equal or more than 70% against all three strains. Free from egg proteins, so safe in individuals with egg allergy. Free from intact viral genomes, so it is non-infectious, and it is very well tolerated by most vaccines. So, I think, in my opinion, once this product comes, the prevention should begin with all of us. Thank you.